Hey guys, Dinah here, and I wanted to do a slightly different spin on a Mistweaver guide, aimed at people new to Mistweaving wanting to get into it quickly. I'm going to be going over the absolute basics in terms of what buttons to press, talents, and spell priority. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not going to be explaining why you press these buttons, nor should you be using this guide as a min-maxing tool. It's simply what I believe to be the easiest way to get relatively good results in Raid on your Mistweaver. For more in-depth knowledge, there are a ton of other resources and videos, especially on Peak of Serenity, linked down below. Let's start with talents. In raids, you want to be taking Chi Burst, Spirit of the Crane, Chi-Ji, and Manatee. The other rows are all personal preference or situational, though shoutouts to diffuse magic, which should be your default choice. Now, do be aware, Refreshing Jade Wind if used properly will do more throughput HPS than Chi-Ji. However, Chi-Ji costs no mana and is set and forget, so in my opinion is much better for newer players and those struggling to regen enough mana from Spirit of the Crane. However, as soon as you're comfortable with the rest of the spec, swap to Refreshing Jade Wind for most fights. As for positioning, try to stay in and around melee so you can DPS when appropriate, and also aim Chi Burst through the boss while hitting both your ranged and melee camps. Your artifact ability is called Sheelan's Gift. Sheelan's Gift gains a cloud or stack which increases how much healing it does every 10 seconds up to 12 stacks at 2 minutes. You want to use Sheelan's Gift when a single target drops to around 50% without letting it hit 12 stacks. I found a good balance is trying to use it every 45 seconds to a minute. Revival is your main raid-wide healing cooldown. Look to use it when roughly 2/3 of the raid group are around half HP. Life Cocoon is your single target external. Use it on anyone who drops abnormally low, and don't be scared to use it on DPS or other healers. Alternatively, you can use it on anyone that gets a highly damaging mechanic. During low damage phases, use Thunder Focus T on cooldown, which is every 30 seconds, into Renewing Mist. Use Chi Burst on cooldown, again every 30 seconds, and Renewing Mist on cooldown as well, every 8 seconds. Then you want to be DPSing. Use Rising Sun Kick into Tiger Palm 3 times before Blackout Kicking. If your Blackout Kick resets Rising Sun Kick, then Rising Sun Kick again. If not, go back into Tiger Palming 3 times, then Blackout Kick, and repeat. You're one of the most mana hungry healers, and there's no point ooming yourself in low damage phases. However, if you do need to do some healing, then use Vivify on uplifting trance procs, which you'll notice via this on-screen effect. As an aside, if you're desperate for mana, do not use Rising Sun Kick as each use costs 20k mana. Just use Tiger Palm 3 times into Blackout Kick and repeat. In medium damage phases, carry on using Thunder Focus T on cooldown, but this time into Vivify, as well as Chi Burst and Renewing Mist on cooldown. Essence Font when 6 or more people around you are below 75%, and use Vivify for extra cleave healing. If one person drops low, use your artifact ability Sheelan's Gift on them. Do not be scared to use Manatee and or Chi-Ji in these phases, as the more usage you get out of them the better. In heavy damage phases, Essence Font at the start of the phase and cast a Renewing Mist and Chi-Ji if they're off cooldown. Note here that Chi-Ji is off GCD so you can cast him between other globals. Then use Manatee and hit Vivify 6 or 7 times depending on your haste until Essence Font is back up off cooldown, and use Essence Font again. This should be just before the Manatee buff drops off. Following Manatee, if you're still taking heavy damage, continue to use Chi Burst and Essence Font off cooldown and use Thunder Focus T on Vivify, while remembering to use Sheelan's Gift when someone drops below half, as it can also do a lot of cleave healing. Do note here that spamming Sheelan's Gift will not do much healing at all, as it requires time to gain stacks to be effective. Lastly, you have your personal defensive cooldown, Fortifying Brew. This is on a short cooldown, so don't be scared to use it whenever you feel like you're about to take a lot of damage. Again, it's also off GCD, so you can use it between other globals. That just about wraps up this guide. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this short intro to Mistweaving and found it informative. Any questions or comments, feel free to put them below. I'll be putting out more tips and tricks for the Mistweaver in the future, as well as more optimal uses for certain abilities within our kit. So feel free to subscribe if you want to stay updated. Alternatively, you can follow me on Twitter or Twitch, linked down below. Hope to see you around.